Becky.
Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, nummies.
All kinds of nannies.
I don't notice it now.
Yeah, it was only when she sat with like her shoulder blade up that we could really see it.
I know, we're going to have to re-clean your cage, aren't we? Now look, there is a bald spot right there. See that? On her back right there?
Yeah.
Can you see like a puncture or anything?
Hi. Can we get her in lockout?
Well, that would be a great idea.
What a novel idea.
Good thing you're in charge.
Ada, come on. This way there's no grass.
I don't want to leave any.
I'll clean it up later. Miss Missy. Come on. Over here.
You can see she's been grooming there too.
Hey, this is Fletcher. Oh, we're afraid of that. Okay, I'll go away.
Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, I dropped some. I dropped some. Come on. Come here, little. Little Beetle. Little Beetle, come on. Come on.
Oh, you tell me.
Isn't that good? Oh, that is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't really see a puncture, but she's got a spot there that's bald. I'm just going to go around the other side.
Want a little bit more? Huh? Do you want a little bit more? Come here. Look on your tray. Look on your tray. Look at that. I'll move away, okay? You go in your tray. Don't get too many people. She's like, oh, you're going to pay for that.
You're all right, Pumpkinhead. You're all right. It's all right. Can I see your shoulder?
Come here, mister.
You're all right. You
Bear,
could
bear.
eat your nummies.
Come here, bear, bear.
You could eat your nummies.
Come on.
It's all right, baby girl. You're all right. It's all right. You're all right, Woodland.
You're not hurting her. It's okay.
It's just so hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell if it,
I think you might just be fat.
because the bald spot isn't really right where it's swollen. It's kind of on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
And they didn't get flea treatment. They didn't get skin treatment this month. They got Confortis. So it's not where she got flea treated.
Okay.
She's like, it's definitely not okay. Pumpkin. All right.
Yeah, if you could get her to turn around and look this way.
I kind of see that bump. Hi. Hi, Pumpkin. You're all right. He's all right. He's all right. It's all right. Can we do scratch? It's okay. You're all right. Can you smell it?
What Catherine's trying to do is to
Smell it?
touch that swollen spot on her neck and see if it feels like fat or a hard mass.
It's okay. It's just scratch. It's not gonna hurt you. Not gonna hurt you. It's okay. It's okay. You turn around. Good girl. Can I touch your shoulder? It's okay, see? It's okay. Yeah, it's soft, it's not hard. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You can go ahead and let her out.
It's soft. It's squishy. It's not hard.
I like soft and squishy.
Soft and squishy's better. Or you can come eat your treat.
You can still have the treats. We'll leave.
I'll leave it open. You come eat your treats, baby girl.
I could hear her growling from over there.
She let me touch it, and it's squishy. It's
It
like
seems very fluidy,
it's like
doesn't it?
fluidy or fatty, so it's not hard.
And there's nothing wrong with their appetite.
Nope.
Does he need some to keep him from getting beat up in there?
You want your own?
There you go.
It's like she got stuff.
But when
I'll
you look
let
at
you touch
him, he
me.
looks like he has the same things.
Yeah, he kind of has a little bit of the same squishy.
He's going to go over there and eat hers.
Well,
If she lets him.
she's
Might
like,
not
you
be a
better be
good idea.
careful. It's like, this lockout's dangerous.
Because who's the boss? Who's the boss over here?
This lockout's dangerous.
And he seems okay with it. He just lets her boss him around.
Yeah, I mean, she's moving well, and she crouched down. It seems squishy.
Doesn't it seem really noticeable though when she's down?
Yeah, because when she got down, it didn't seem that much more noticeable than the other shoulder, though. So, I mean, she's crouching okay. I think maybe either she got stung by something, or it's a little fat pocket.
Well, when I was over here a little earlier, I didn't even see the bald spot. I didn't
Yeah.
see that until you guys were over
And the
here.
bald spot's actually on the other shoulder.
I know.
And it's not advantage, because we didn't advantage them this month. They got Comfortus.
So it was just a pill. Well, I'm back here because she didn't eat everything. Personality didn't eat anything. Nirvana didn't eat anything. Ginger didn't eat anything. So
It's
they're-
so hot.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, we made them this little treat in a cup that had cut up red, cut up chicken, cut up pork, and then a ball of ground beef. They all loved it.
It's all in the presentation.
The Becky Snow Cone.
They all ate like 9 ounces.
The Becky Snow Cone.
Can he come over and eat now? Huh? Can Bear Bear come and eat? Oh, he's gone now. You crabbed him away, didn't you? You crabbed him away. Well, I don't want to leave that there because I don't want flies to come, okay? So if you don't eat it, then I have to remove it. I can wash off the tray. Okay? Okay?
Go eat your treats, pretty girl.
I don't think she's hungry. Like I said, she's ate 9 ounces.
Yeah.
Well, we got her lunch out.
Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine how it came up so fast. Like, I look at it when I'm here and I never saw it.
We disturbed, when we did Rosa's cave, we disturbed 2 really big lots, so maybe they found a new home.
Well, there was a big one up against the white fence at the back of Moses and Bailey. And Michelle called us to bring over some walk.
Little white dove was on the observation chart for having a swelling in her neck, so we wanted to see if we could scratch it with the back scratcher to see whether it was hard or soft. And it's all just squishy, so we're thinking it's just fat. No reason for the vet to rush in for it because she's not favoring it in any way. This is Jojo. Okay, if you guys had questions, I was busy paying attention to Little White Dove, so I couldn't look at your questions. If you want to ask them again, I'll be happy to answer. Really? What, they can't hear again? Got this turned up so loud. Becky was just saying the cats are all so hot, they're just not wanting their breakfast this morning. They ate some special treats that she made for them, but as far as their regular diet goes, they're like, ugh, it's just too hot. You're right, Johnny. These are absolutely not pets. Are you guys hearing a lot of wind on the microphone? Yes, Chris, our volunteers work some really long hours. We have over 80 volunteers and something like 25 or 26 interns. Interns work 6 days a week, daylight to dark, and our volunteers have 4 different levels of commitment. Red is 4 hours, yellow is 6 hours, green is 8 hours, and Master Keeper, I think, is something like 40 hours a week, or 16 hours a week, rather. Thank you, Madge. It's good to hear that you guys can't hear that wind. I have a headset on and I can hear every little puff of the wind. I can hear every crunch of the leaves. Well, Loco says he does hear wind, but that he can hear okay. Sorry, I don't mean to go. This is Jojo. Jojo doesn't need to see the vet. It was Little White Dove that was on the observation chart. She's a bobcat, and they said they thought a swelling had rose up very quickly on her shoulder. But I think it's just a fat pocket, because when she shifts from side to side, you don't see it. And Catherine used the back scratcher and was surprisingly able to get Little White Dove to let her touch it. Little White Dove is not big on being touched. So I was glad Catherine was able to actually feel it and feel that it feels soft and fatty, not like it was a bee sting or a snake bite or anything like that. Yes, Kathy, our volunteers work extremely hard, and right now they are working in this 90-degree weather. Hi, Kathy Lou. Well, thank you. I love you too. I'm 55. My mother is 75, and she still works out here 5 days a week. Most of the work that she does is bookkeeping for the sanctuary, though, thankfully. This heat gets pretty awesome. But she does like to go out and help my father a lot in the yard, and he's 75. He works out in the yard every day here. Yeah, Kathy, those birds are loud. And I can really hear them over the microphone. I don't notice them so much when I'm just walking around, but when I have this headset on, it's like, sheesh, those are some really noisy birds. Ramona, I don't know what part of the world you live in, but if you go to sanctuaryfederation.org, they will list all of the accredited sanctuaries for all kinds of animals, mostly wild animals, but some horse sanctuaries are listed there. And that way you know you're helping a good place and not a place that's contributing to the misery of these animals by breeding more or enabling breeders to dump cats so that they can get new cubs. Gary, I think bobcats are native to every state in the Union. I don't know about Alaska now that I said that, or Puerto Rico, but in the mainland U.S., there are bobcats just about everywhere. And they are such an important part of the ecosystem because we have hunted all of the other larger predators pretty much to extinction. The cougars, the wolves, jaguars, cats who used to keep the smaller herbivores in check are now gone from the environment, and so it really falls to bobcats to help keep things in check. Problem is, if you get too many herbivores, they eat all the plants and croplands, and so you have to have that natural balance of the apex predators. Indeed, Shauna. I can hardly hear myself think because I hear my voice so loud in my head. Wonder how many of you out there have actually seen a bobcat in the wild. Shout out if you've seen one in the wild yourself and what state you're from. or what country you're from. Julie, the cats are panting to stay cool. They have underground dens. If I pan around here, Jojo has a really nice 8-foot by 10-foot wide cave back there. And it's covered in dirt and grass, and so it's much cooler inside the cave. But I think he's enjoying the breeze, so he's laying out in the breeze here. All of our tigers have pools, so they're able to cool off with the pools. And the volunteers make them popsicles, bloodsickles, out of the blood that we drain off of their food every day. So they might get a sardini martini, which is a frozen treat that has sardines in it, or tuna fish, or just plain blood that's been frozen. And they really like that for hydrating themselves and cooling off on a hot day like today. Bobcats in southern Ohio. Wonderful. Hi, fam, you do not want to keep one of these wild animals as a pet. It never works out well for the cat, because once they get to be about 1.5 years old, doesn't matter if they're male or female, spayed or neutered, doesn't matter what kind of species, they all spray bucket loads of urine all over everything they want to mark as theirs, and that includes you. So every time you go anywhere near them, they're going to be spraying urine all over you. Nobody wants that. Barbara, I'd love to see the tracks of what you are seeing that is bigger than a bobcat along the Mississippi Basin. You can email those to me at cat@bigcatrescue.org. I just love seeing pictures of these guys out in the wild, and pictures of their footprints in the sand. That to me is just some of the most exciting stuff ever. There goes Sarah in the background. Everybody loves Sarah. Oh gosh, yes, Kathy, I get sprayed all the time. And it's usually because I'm not paying attention. I'll walk up too close to one of the cages, and then I'll turn around, knowing the cat can't reach me with their paws because I stand that far away. But they can spray, the big cats can spray urine about 12 feet. So they may only be able to reach out 3 feet to grab me, but they can hose me down with 12 feet of urine like a fire hose. And it's the bobcats actually who get me the most. They can only shoot it maybe a couple feet, but my socks get drenched from time to time. Gary, we only have guided tours of the sanctuary. If you go to bigcatrescue.org, on the front page, there is a list of tour times when you can come out and see the cats with a guided tour. The guide tells you about the plight of these cats and what you can do to actually save them in the wild and save them from captivity. Thanks, Jody. Hope you will be visiting soon. Jennifer, you're right. It's not just the wild cats who spray, it's also the hybrids. So Jojo is a hybrid. He's a hybrid between a serval and a caracal, but the more common hybrids in this country are where people will breed a serval to a domestic cat, or a leopard cat, which is about a 10-pound cat, to a domestic cat to create Bengals or Savannahs. And the number one reason people get rid of those cats is because as soon as they grow up, they all spray. And like I said, it doesn't matter if they're male or female, neutered or not, they all spray. Nobody wants that in a pet. And the stench of that, you can't get that off your walls. You just got to rip the drywall out. Jody Lynn, the first thing I would suggest is that you go to zoocollege.com. We offer all of the same training there that our volunteers go through. All of our animal care is done by volunteers. We have 14 paid staff, but the paid staff only do administrative work. They don't do any animal care. So all of the training that is at zoocollege.com is exactly the same training you would get here, The only difference is, of course, you can't go through the certification process. So after people pass those classes here, then they have to go out and watch somebody do whatever it is, feeding, cleaning, operant conditioning. They have to go watch somebody do it, I think 6 times, and then somebody has to watch them do it 6 times before they actually get signed off to do it themselves. Zoo College currently is costing $9 a month, and you can actually take all 50 classes and pass it in a single month. I've had 2 people now that have graduated in a single month. We will be upping the price soon because that $9 price was just so that we could work all of the bugs out of the learning management system, but it's all working really great. So I don't know what we're going to increase it to, but it will be increasing shortly. Anybody who signs up now, though, will be able to stay at that $9 a month rate until they are done. And then as soon as you're done, you just turn off the billing and it's done. We don't have a bear cat any longer, Deborah. The last of our bear cats died several months ago. Luana, if that is you answering for Big Cat Rescue, thank you for putting the links in for me. I can't do that when I'm talking, so it really helps to have somebody on the other end putting in those links. Oh, that was a big stretch, Jojo. And I think he's telling me he is tired of me talking. He was trying to take a nap here, and I'm just not helping. So I'm going to leave. If you guys have any further questions, though, just put them in the comments there, and either Luana or I will try to be sure and answer you. All right. Thank you, everybody.